Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Hi, I'm Jack Berry. I'm at the West Michigan Golf Show, and I'm with a gentleman from a course that has two of the best named courses that you can find anywhere, and I'm sure no other course in the United States is named like these two. And it's Doug Bell, and he's from Manistee National, which has
Cantuck Valley and Cutter's Ridge.
Okay, I love it. And how do those names come into our history? It goes back to the lumbering days.
It does. Manistee National is famous for the lumbering era and all the white pines that got cut down and floated down the Manistee River to be shipped over to the other, down to Chicago and etc. And so Cantuck, when they were looking to rename the golf course, Cantuck surfaced. It's a logging tool. It looks like a baseball bat with a big ice hook on the end, and those loggers would grab.
Not a big bad hook like that.
No. But so you can hook it on the golf course, but a Cantuck is that you get two loggers on the end of a massive log, and they could leverage those things and roll them. And Cutter's Ridge, cutter was the term given to the lumberman who was an expert at making the first cut and dropping the tree. So Cutter's Ridge, Cantuck Valley, the lumbering days, it's all good.
Good. Well, I had noticed on the website that Doug said that it was the best kept secret in golf in Michigan, and I said, well, come on, you got to talk about it then. Let's get the word out, because those are two fine golf courses.
Jack, you're right. We like to say that, and it's true. I just 10 minutes ago had a group here at the golf show stop by. They've had a group that's traveled all the resorts in Michigan for 30 years, and they stopped by, they looked at us, said, we've started to hear about you a couple years ago, but we've never been, but we hear it's pretty good, so we want to come over and try you. So, and we get that a lot. We're a small resort. We're not as big as the Boynes and the Crystal Mountains and the Tullymores and the Shush Mountains and Shanties. We're small, we're tight. The product is the golf product I'd put up against anything. Our two golf courses are as good as anything people will play. And with a small budget, you tell your story the best way you can. And when people leave, what's nice, what our staff it likes to hear is the nice comments that guys say and the gals say, gosh, we never knew it was this good. We wish we'd have come years ago. So there's a lot of wonderful facilities and resorts you can play in Michigan, let alone just golf courses. I like to say our little slice of it is as good as anybody, and eventually we hope people to give us a try.
And the price is right. Is that right?
We're a reason. Yeah, we price ourselves appropriately, and that's it's pretty reasonable. And we're not always the least expensive, but we're certainly not at the high end. And when you combine the two golf courses that we have with our lodging, some of the relaxing you can do in Manistee with the beaches or the kayaking on the rivers. We package charter fishing for folks on the big lake and in the rivers, so you can put some unique trips together with us. And then we also work with several other golf courses in our area, so we can put a 4 or 5 golf course trip together and be the center of it all.
How is Cantuck different from Cutter's Ridge and vice versa? Cantuck is what, 2000, I think it was, somewhere around there.
995.
Yeah.
Cantuck was designed by Gary Pulsifer and Steve White. Those gentlemen were up in the Traverse City area. Steve's passed away a few years back. But it's bluegrass fairways. It's big oak trees. It's a little smaller green complexes. It looks like it's been there, Jack, for 75 years. So it looks old, but plays very fun. People use the term fun to play, and they like to go around. It doesn't beat you up. I like to say you tend to get your golf balls back because errant shots hit oak trees and come back.
That's good.
Yeah. So when you go to Cutter's Ridge, you hear, I like to say, you hear a lot of sucking noise. So golf balls hit the marsh and the swamps, and they make this wonderful noise and never to be seen again. So Cutter's is modern. It's built through marsh. There's 12 or 14 forced carries, depending on which tees you play. A lot of bridges, very colorful in the seasons as those swamps change. and then we got Kantuk that's it's hard to lose a ball on because of the oak trees. So they're two totally different golf courses. Our hotel sits right in the middle. It gives a great variety.
Good. Well, Jerry Matthews, who did Cutter's Ridge, is kind of the master of the wetland courses. He's had more than a few.
Yes, he is. And it was interesting when I first arrived at Cutter's Ridge, and we were finishing the golf course. Jerry had already done an 18-hole layout. And the then owners hired Jerry to come back. They acquired 30 more acres, and he rerouted some holes and stretched the golf course. And as he said, it was a nice course before. Now he would put it up against anything on the west side of the state. So he was able to tweak it, make it better, lengthen it a little bit, but it's still got some tricks of Jerry in it for sure.
And looking at it today, it's a much more beautiful golf course than it was the day we built it. And the trees have just filled in beautifully, and they're bigger, of course, and older, and tighten it up a little bit, but it's a beautiful golf course.
It's not a golf course that you need to hit driver off the tees a lot. So if I go to play and I play the back tees, I might hit driver 4 or 5 times in the whole golf course. Certain people don't like that style of play, but if you've played any of Jerry's courses, you know that's the style.
That's right. So you don't have to be a slammer to play those courses and to enjoy them.
Not at all.
Now, do you have anything big going on this year?
You know, we've got some new staffing changes in our hotel and our golf operation. We spent most of the fall doing a fairly aggressive tree trimming program on Kantuk Valley and on Cutter's Ridge. So we're always trying to make the golf courses more playable, but yet keep the character. So some large trees have come down, and we hope that it's softened the golf courses just a little bit. That's been the big change. Last year we did remodel the 5th hole on Kantuk Valley and made it a much more playable golf hole. So we hope that the folks that maybe haven't been there in a few years, when they play, I think they'll notice some changes.
Well, that's terrific. Trees have a habit of growing and need to be chopped down or trimmed.
Yeah, you know, and you hate. I'm not a guy who loves to cut trees down, but it got to a point where some of the holes were closing in, and if you built the golf courses today, those trees wouldn't be there. And so even though some folks have said, geez, you shouldn't have done that or you shouldn't have done this, our goal is to make it an enjoyable experience for everybody who plays. So
that's terrific. That's Doug Bell from Manistee National, and it's right two fine courses up the west side of the state.